Back again, Spivey, hosting Spivey Talks. Here to talk to you a little bit more. As it stands, I am watching some K dramas. Right now, I'm watching Coffee Prince, and I am on, I think, episode 12 or so. Um, and it really got me thinking about a issue that is is a little baffling to me. Now, mind you, I could be wrong, but it seems like in Korean relationships, at least as far as these shows have shown, that there's a real big power struggle of manipulation inside their relationships. Now, of course, I realize that this is a TV show that's meant to make things dramatic and whatever, whatever. But as art imitates life and life imitates art, you have to wonder what part of it is a bit of fictional and what part of it is factual, or that they're representing in a glorified manner of real life situations. What I mean by that is in almost every anime, I mean, not anime, but K drama, especially the ones that I've seen so far, it predominantly starts with a usually wealthy guy who meets a underprivileged girl, and then for most of those, it's a manipulation of either her resenting him for having money or envious slightly of him having money, and then him flaunting his money, and then it's somebody manipulating the other. Usually, he manipulates her by, showing how wealthy he is, or conning her, or tricking her into living with him, or serving him for a while until they actually do start to like each other. But in between that scenario, you usually have an even greater manipulator. Usually, the father of the leading guy, whatever, will be this great silent manipulator who manipulates him and blackmails him with saying either you do what I say or you don't get your money. Something to that effect. He throws his weight around as the big boss. So it really makes me wonder, is is it a big concept of manipulation? Now, mind you, Coffee Prince is a bit different. Yes, the main guy is wealthy, but he doesn't really flaunt it. He doesn't live that kind of lifestyle. He has a nice car, sure, and his family's wealthy, but he doesn't pay that too much attention. He's not so absorbed in it. Now, of course, if you have not seen Coffee Prince, I would say that there's probably going to be a couple of spoilers in here. So the main character, again, he meets a girl who is underprivileged, obviously, and she is hardworking. She does her best, and he and she start to like each other. Problem is, she looks like a boy. So initially, she is manipulating the situation for her own survival in order to keep a job so that she can support a family. Understandable. But there is another female in this situation, this equation, who is the worst person so far, in my opinion, of this show. She is the master manipulator of everybody and just dirty as all get out. Um, she is the cousin's girlfriend and or ex girlfriend who becomes the girlfriend again. She left and was while they were dating for like 9 years or something like that. And during that time period, she started dating a guy named DK for a year while still dating the cousin. So she's cheating the entire time. Then she gets up, and on the day before she breaks up with her boyfriend, which is the cousin, she's like, "Yo, I'm out," or she said, "I'm going to work." But instead of going to work, she spent the day with DK. And then the next day she breaks up with the cousin and then moves to America or whatever with DK for like 2 years. Then they break up and she runs back to the cousin. What? Now, bear in mind that the leading character is head over heels for this girl as well, at least in the beginning. And she is playing the shit out of everybody because she's kicking it with the cousin because she got back with him. And then she's still hanging out, spending her nights and booed up with the main character. Now, the main character knows he's wrong. He knows that this is his cousin's girl and whatever, whatever. So that's not even a question. Um, but this girl, the one who is causing all these problems, I swear before all I know, even some of these girls just ain't loyal. But she gets mad over something she didn't even witness later on, which was I don't want to spoil it, but she gets mad, and I'm sitting here like, are you joking? Like you mad over this little tiny piece of something to have an issue over compared to the mountain of shit that you did. And I'm so glad they did it. The cousin called her out on it on the way to the airport. He called her out hard. But of course, he still, wants her inside, and he forgives her. And she even acknowledges. She even flat out tells the main character, "Hey, in this relationship, I do all the dirt I want to do. He forgives me and keeps shit in order and working." What? Wait a minute. If you sit here and you feel your standpoint is to continuously do dirt, and this guy's supposed to just always take it, and the moment he does anything wrong, you haul ass. When he forgave you 50,000 times, you lived for 2 years with another man you cheated on him with. And he took you back in like 3 days. You get mad and leave the country over this one little issue. I'm sorry. That's whew, boy. I might be a little bit biased because I've also dealt with a cheater in my life. So I definitely have my own strong opinions about cheating girls and whatnot. So, whew, that was a very, very, very special section of the show. Now, if you haven't seen Coffee Prince, I do recommend it. Oddly enough, this show, in my opinion, is more so about interpretation of relationships and how they're viewed, because you have does the main character become gay, or does he, is he straight? Because again, the main girl looks like a guy, so he's thinking that she's a guy, but it's really a girl, but he thinks it's a guy so the whole time. So he's having this internal battle about, is he gay because he likes her, because she's still hiding the fact that she's a girl. Then potentially overcoming or not overcoming that issue, and where do you go from there, one way or the other. So I don't want to give you any spoilers about how that whole thing turns out, because it's definitely unique. I will say I'm very, very happy with the way that they handle it. I know this is getting close to my 8-minute cutoff mark, so check out Coffee Prince. It is worth seeing. Very unique show. All right, let me know your comments down below. Like, subscribe, and comment below.